everybody, I know it's been a while since my last video, but seeing as Star Wars is coming out just about tomorrow or the day after, depending on where you live, I figured today I'd come out and bother the shit out of everyone by predicting what's going to happen in this movie. Now, bear in mind, I have selected the word predictions instead of spoilers. This is important, as I've not seen the movie, frankly I intend not to, so if I'm right about any of the following things, I can't be blamed. The writers can. Now, I've got a hunch, based on the fact that The Force Awakens was, roughly speaking, just a shot-for-shot remake of A New Hope. I figure this one's going to be pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of The Empire Strikes Back. Or, for millennials out there, Episode 5. Prediction 1, that this movie will pretty much begin with a fighter battle on a planet somewhere where the Resistance are fighting for their lives because their base has been discovered, just like the battle for Hoth at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. I think we're going to see this pattern emerge. Now, a small scattering of the Resistance, possibly the main characters perhaps, will make it away from this battle in a ship and decide to scurry off somewhere to a planet where someone knows a guy and they figure they're going to be safe for a while to hide out. Which brings me to prediction number 2, namely, but the bad guys got there first. Now, of course this planet's going to be run secretly, or at least be under attack by, or being held hostage by, much like in The Empire Strikes Back, the bad guys. So, as a result, several pivotal characters get captured, and, well, they're not going to be super useful for about the next hour. And then prediction 3, where we skip over to where Mary. No, wait, I was right the first time. Rey, the important character, has been doing for all this time. Basically, a week and a half, training with Luke Skywalker, one of the surviving cast members. Basically, as you'll remember, he exiled himself due to a major catastrophe that he considers to be a personal failure, exactly the same as Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi did in their respective movies. As a direct result of the writers not knowing how to pace character development, Rey, in about the hour and a half since she discovered she was Force-sensitive, has suddenly become more powerful than Mace Windu, more wise than Yoda, and a greater duelist than Count Dooku. Within this inexcusably short period of time, she's learned to reach out into the universe with her feelings and learn the things that cannot be learned. Much the same way that, Jedi have the ability to do. That's not something I've got a problem with. Fine, let's go with it. But what she finds is that her friends are in peril, exactly like in The Empire Strikes Back, and decides to run off to whatever planet they're on and go rescue them. Of course, Sensei Luke, much like his predecessors, will warn Rey against the dangers of belittling the importance of her training or disrupting the flow, etc., etc., but ultimately not stop her from leaving. And, to be perfectly honest, he'll probably go with her so that the writers have an excuse to kill him. They arrive on Plot Island on Plot Planet in the plot system in order to rescue their friends, and they're just in time, except the entire thing was a scheme. The whole place is a trap set up to ensnare Rey. Which would be a clever plot twist. The first time it happened in 1981. Which brings me to prediction 6, also known as Why Isn't There a Prediction 5? The big second massive confrontation with Kylie Wiley. Now, in the time since they've last met, obviously, Rey's become more powerful, Kylo's become more powerful, and basically they're just a couple of Titans going at it, as Titans have a tendency to do. Sometime during the fight, Kylo will try to entice Rey over to the dark side with eternal power, super wealth, being a Skrillionaire, devastating dictator of some kind being the, offer up on the platter. And one of two things will happen. She'll either decline effortlessly and kick his ass, or she will be seriously tempted. And, well, take about 9 seconds of deciding before declining effortlessly and kicking his ass. Prediction 7. The inevitable, subtly introduced, and by subtly introduced I mean violently and clumsily cockslapped into the face of every audience member, romance subplot between Rey and Kylo Ren. At least a one-sided one. Let's put it this way. Obviously, Kylo is going to be enchanted by what a powerful being Rey obviously is turning out to become. Or they basically just want to bone each other because people can't write these stories anymore. Either way, it's going to be awkward, it's going to be awful. And of course, you can't have that big climactic fight without coming to prediction number 8. Someone is someone's father. Now, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly who, but it's in Empire Strikes Back, so they're basically just not going to just throw such an amazing plot twist away. Someone will inevitably end up being the estranged and long-lost father or sibling or child of one of the other characters, or something like that. For instance, the most obvious being that Rey is the child of Luke Skywalker, explaining her derangedly powerful force sensitivity and that she managed to be the main character in the sequel, because you can't have Luke Skywalker's kid not being the central focus of the series. At any rate, other possibilities include R2-D2 is the father of BB-8, or Chewbacca turns out to be the real father of Kylo Ren instead of Han Solo, which, to be perfectly honest, would explain his face. Alternately, maybe they just have something verbally like that, like Finn ends up calling Poe Daddy at some point. There is a final possibility, and I had to strain my head for a little while to come up with this one, but as contrived as it is, Rey is Luke's father. It doesn't work, but frankly I wouldn't put it past them. That's about all I got for this video, because I've ran out of important things that happened in The Empire Strikes Back, and they're sure as hell not going to come up with anything weird and original, God forbid. So, seeing as I don't actually intend on seeing this movie when it comes out, I'll have to find out from you guys whether I'm right or not. So, leave something in the comments telling me what I was right about, what I was wrong about, how much of a dickbag you think I am. Just whatever, let's chat. And, in closing, Tauntauns can go fuck themselves. See you next time.